Yeah. That sounds like, yeah, like talking about like long term goals, right? And it like it's dope to see, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially like when you that young, like thinking about like long term goals. And I know it's definitely like where I'm at now. When I was younger, I was thinking like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, like I was thinking in the realm of like 5 years, but like now I be thinking in the realm of like 20, 30, you know what I'm saying? I be thinking in the realm of like 20, 30, 40 years. It almost seems like the things that are on my mind are way different. And you think about things like, you know what I'm saying? Like, actually, I want a house because I don't want to try to raise a family in an apartment. You know what
Fact.
I'm saying? I used to think that, I'll buy my house like once I find somebody to settle down with, and like now I'm at a point where it's like, nah, I want to set that up for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I want to start laying that groundwork for what I already know is coming. Plus, it's just what I want in general. I start asking myself like, what do you want? Where do you want to be in like 10, 15, 20 years? You know what I'm saying? Like what you want your finances to look like setting yourself up for like things that will be better for not only just you, but like, you know what I'm saying, in generations to come after you. You know what I'm saying? Like creating real, true stability based off the decisions that you make. Because I think like when we younger, we think a lot about what we want now, right? And we think a lot about what things like look like. It's just like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like I need people to think I'm grown. I need people to, you know, whatever, whatever. But in reality, it's just like after a while, after you start going through things and you start maturing, it's almost like you think of things in terms of like, all right, where am I going? What am I doing? Because you done thought in a moment for so long. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have been doing shit in a moment for so long. It's like, all right, now let me start cleaning this shit up. Let me start going in a whole different direction. Cause I want more than what it is that I got right now. Like type shit. Like I done had fun, I done sold my wild oats type thing. Like I'm getting to that age. Like I feel like, and once you start understanding what sowing your wild oats means, like bro, I feel like I'm old now.
I mean, I'm out of those wild ages and shit like that. Like
Yeah,
I'm in a
facts.
relationship and everything like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the eyes should get to wondering. But it's like, damn, bro, she thick, she this, whatever. But it's like, man, I can't date that motherfucker because I'm already in a relationship. It's like that's where I'm a nigga, so I'm finna tell the truth. That's where the temptation come in. It's not necessarily a temptation for me because I don't see it like that because I got a female, she got the same shit that the next person have. But it's sometimes like, damn, that bitch built right, like, ooh, but it's just like you don't pay that
It's
shit no attention.
because it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? It gets to a point where it's deeper than that. Like again, like when you start thinking about like consequences and you done been through some shit, it's just like, all right, yeah, you fine and all, but like that, what does
Where
that
your
mean?
head
Exactly, like what does that mean? Because there are plenty of people that are fine, or plenty of people who, you know, whatever, that I don't click with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just because you cute don't mean that you the person for me. And like just because you cute don't mean that I need like 50 cute girls. You know what I mean? Like I don't need that. Like when you find a person, it's like you can appreciate like, all right, yeah, you look good, you're attractive, you're nice, you're cool, whatever, you're dope. But like I got a person.
yeah, that's how
Like
I am.
yeah, it's like I got a person on. Like so, and you're not that person. So I can appreciate you, but like, nah, I'm not finna fuck my life up for that. Like, nah, I'm cool.
Like this girl yesterday, she was like my vape. She was like, hey, yo, we could talk about vapes. Maybe you could take me to the shop and we could choose a vape. I said, no, man. What the fuck you mean take you to the
No
shop?
man.
She was like, well, we could get to know each other more. Talk. What the fuck we got to talk about vapes for? What you want? I could show you where to go get that shit at and you can get it your damn self.
Yo, that's real. That's real talk though. That's real talk though. That's real talk though. But you know what I'm saying? We getting off subject. We getting off subject. You know what I mean? Because that's a whole nother rabbit hole for the old thinker versus speaker. But
Yeah, yeah.
we can revamp that on some after dark shit. But right, yeah. So you go to school. This is the choice you make. You know what I'm saying? You do what it is that you got to do. So like, when you going into that environment though, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you ever nervous about the consequences that come with it?
Hell no.
Why not?
Because what I mean, as I get older, like me making beats and shit like that, like I send templates and everything like that.
Right.
Be like, hey, can you meet me and shit? But like motherfuckers who I send templates to, or if I feel that you would like this beat or whatever, I mean, I know your history behind who you were before you was a fucking rapper. So you thinking I'm finna put myself in that situation? Hell no.
Wait, what
You
you
come to
mean?
me like, I say for instance, I send templates, right? Basically, templates are basically my beats. So say for instance, I send it to an artist or I send it to the manager or whatever like that, and then they hit me back up. They be like, "Hey, can I meet him at the studio or whatever?" No, no, I'm good. You feel me? I'm not finna put in play some shit. I understand that it's money. I'm gonna get the money regardless, whether I'm there or not. It's just a fucking instrumental. You know what I'm saying? So with that being
Yeah.
said, I don't physically have to be there for you to get it. So with that being said, I can physically come. We could cook some shit up. But I want to know that my life is a-okay. Because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, because just because you a rap nigga, you still got street beef.
Huh.
Like people don't think of it like that. Outside of they think of everybody as an artist. These niggas got personal life. Half of these niggas just how can I say it right now? That's in the mainstream. That's not in the mainstream. All these upcoming artists and shit that's trying to get a name on themselves or whatever the situation may be. Talking about they shooting their ops and shit like that. Them niggas ain't doing that shit for capping on that fucking music. About that shit for real. And say for instance, you just so happen to be in the studio session with them niggas, and they opt to get that location or whatever the fuck the situation may be. You go up in that motherfucker and you get got just as well as them.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't put my life in danger when it comes to the music. Like as I got older, yeah, I thought about it because at the end of the day, behind these artists, they are individuals. You don't know what they doing outside of their music life or
Right.
what beef they got on their head. So it's like as a person or me as a producer, do I put my life in danger for this money to go face to face or what?
So does that mean that you never really go face to face, or that or you just real picky about who you go face to face with?
Man, I go face to face if I have to, like, but best believe I ain't going by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta have some type of backup. Just cause y'all got security don't mean that I ain't got security.
And what
Like,
kind of like
you say what now?
no, go ahead, finish what you were saying. I can wait.
But at the end of the day, like that's just how I am. Like, every need to go, I gotta bring with me.
Yeah. So so with that being said, like what kind of music do you make, and you does like the choice of environments that you choose to work in like kind of affect like the range of music that you can make with people?
No, I make any type of music. I go from gospel to country to Afrocentric to jazz to whatever you need. I could put some jazz to some hip hop. You listen to her intro, you'll know. Like shit, like I do shit that niggas ain't on. You feel me? I try to do. How can I basically say it? Like I want to put like how can I say it? Now I want to go a different way with my music. So like my old lady play the ukulele and shit like that. So
Word?
I be making her play chords and shit, and like I record it, and I'm trying to throw those into beats and shit. So I'm trying to use like live music. Like say for instance, if I do a bass line, I'm finna
Yeah.
go buy a bass and do the bass line with that. But I'm also gonna that bass line gonna be that 808 as well. But it's
Yeah.
gonna be a real bass. Like I'm starting to incorporate a lot of live instruments into my music.